Thumbs up if you like this heat as much as I do. Oh my goodness me. Bit warm. Hi Alison, hi Mary, hi Lorraine, hi Tracy, hi Jen, hi other Lorraine. No, same Lorraine. No, same Lorraine. You should look what I'm reading really, shouldn't I? No, I said Elaine. Hi Elaine. Yeah, no. Hi Mark. Hello. It's the heat. Hi Tallulah. Now I'd like to think that you've come for the last part of the Jubilee book, but oh yes, there's Karen hiding. Hi Karen. Hi Millie. Hi Barb. I know you haven't come for the last part of the Jubilee book. It's all right. I can take it. 36 degrees. Yeah, it's got to be at least 976 Celsius just in our craft room. Yes. It is. It's 14. It's not 36 degrees though, is it? Not quite. It probably is in here actually. Yeah, it's low 30s. It's awful. I just don't do heat. Not at my age. Hi Trish. So, yes, so excuse me, I've got a drink of something cold. I'd like to say it has alcohol in it, but it doesn't, sadly. Yes, exactly, Jen. Definitely. No, I won't go there. Right, okay, so I know, it's all right. I know you've come to have a look at the new 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet book. Hi, Sonia. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Wendy. Right, I'm not going to lie. I went a bit mad. Hi, Renee. Hi, Tracy. If you've seen, if you haven't seen 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet, where have you been? Is all I can say. Because I know this is, finally, I've kind of caught up, and we're actually doing a book relatively soon after, the stuff comes out. And it is absolutely amazing. It is all the colours of the rainbow. It's got vintage vibes. It's got florals. It's got there's so many parts to this collection, and I'm afraid I might have bought quite a lot of it. Now, unfortunately, the papers, I think there's only 8 sheets or something. Yeah, there's a lot of flaps, Lorraine. I think there's only like 8 sheets in a pack, which I didn't realise. So I'll show you how much paper I've got left. I haven't finished yet either. But out of this is all I've got left. And some of this is the backs off the packaging. And I'm probably going to use this because I haven't quite finished it, but you'll see. There is nothing left, I'm telling you. There are an awful lot of bits of ephemera left, but I haven't finished it yet. I still need some decorating to do. So this is going to have to be a book where I decorate with you because it is seriously tight. I would buy some more paper, but this ain't going to be a cheap kit because we have about 5 different ephemera packs with it as well because it's so lovely and I couldn't resist, and I apologise profusely, but I think when you see how it all goes together and how gorgeous it looks, I think you're going to forgive me. So I was in 2 minds about doing a hardback book or a folio, and probably I should have done a hardback book, but I had this idea for a kind of like a fusion folio where it's a folio and it's got hidden hinge binding. I will say it became a bit of a monster, and I am going to have to adjust the size of the hinges and the spines to make it sit a little bit better, but we'll do that in class. So when I show you the book, it's actually going to be bigger when we make it. But anyway, okay, right, so here we go. It's huge. Look at the size of it. The actual kind of real estate size, I guess, is 8 by 10 inches, which is the size here. So this is 8 by 10 inches, and at the moment it's 3 inches wide. It may get a bit bigger yet, I don't know. But these papers and this these ephemera, I mean, you're going to get the die cut, sort of like the ephemera pack with all of these gorgeous little die cutty bits and pieces here. You're going to have the flowers with the butterflies, all of these little bits. There's all sorts of chipboard pieces. There's these words, hearts. It's got so much in there. It really has. Hi Rebecca. Hi Tracy. Hi Candice. But I can't tell you how gorgeous this paper is. And I'm looking at it on my screen right now, and I'm telling you that that looks rubbish compared to what is in front of me, because these colours are just wow. Hi, Helen. I know. So, like I said, it's a folio. I haven't counted up how many photos we're going to put in it, but what I've tried to do with it is I've actually put photo mats onto photos. So, no, photos onto photo mats. So the actual papers are actually going to cover the book, if that makes sense. So let's have a look inside. Now, this is actually going to be too big to show you, I've realised. But if I just open it up here, what we've got, it's completely symmetrical, okay? So we've got exactly the same on both sides. And the pages themselves, I'm just putting that in the middle there. It's standing up like that just because it keeps it so that you can see what I'm doing, but it's actually, it is the spine piece. Okay, so this is what you'll see as soon as you open it up. And like I said, it is symmetrical, but I've tried to do it so that you've got one colour on one side and then one on the other, because this is the kind of the pinks and the teals. So yeah. So what we've got when we first open our books is we've got these two shorter pages here, and in there what we've got are two little angle pockets, which is actually what we're going to be doing on our Jubilee book tonight. And like I said, with the photo mats, what I've tried to do is actually I've put the photo mats onto photos rather than onto the actual pages, so that we're really going to get the best out of the paper. Now, I've done an awful lot of layering up the ephemera. It's Spectrum Sherbet by 49 and Market Tracy. There's an awful lot of layering up going on, which kind of, there's just so much nice stuff. I just couldn't not get it. But it does make it a little bit bulky. Oh yeah, there's the tag set as well, and all sorts of stuff. But I will go through with you as well how I've put all of these together. So if you want to make it exactly like mine, then I'll show you how I've layered everything up. So, okay, when you open it up again, I'm still in two minds about this. What I've done here at the moment is I've just clipped with a paper clip, but I have brought some ribbon upstairs, because what I originally intended with this was to tie that with a ribbon through a couple of holes. So I haven't done that yet, because I can't make my mind up whether I actually am going to do that. But what we've got here is just a couple of photo mats that fit. See, I haven't finished it yet. You can see, which fit inside this area here.
Jen waves.
Hi, Jen. So, like I said, at the moment, it's not quite finished, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that. But it is symmetrical, so you get the same over the other side. Now, these two pages, not going to lie, these are my favourites. So what you've got, and I don't know how well you can see this, what you've got here is a huge amount of layering up, because what we've got, and I'll start on this side here, is we've got a photo mat here, which I'm going to remove. Okay, so that's a big photo mat. And then this actually lifts up. Okay, so you can see there that that's kind of like just a design that I've used. Oh, there's so much ephemera. That I've just put on these things that the closure goes through. Okay, open it up, and then it's just super simple in there. We've got a photo mat, and I've just made a little pocket, and I've put just some of the ephemera down there. And like I said, it's not finished. I could do so much more to this. I'm just really aware of how bulky it might be. So that is that page. Hang on. And then over the other side, this is my favourite, I'm not going to lie. This, exactly the same. We're using that for our closure. That lifts up, and then inside we've got our photo mats inside a pocket there. You can put photos on here. There's plenty of room to do that if you wanted to. But I wanted to use the paper as much as possible. So let me just slide that back in. Okay. So the next page, starting to get difficult now. The next page, what we've got, let me start on this side. What we've got here is we've got this little pocket here is actually, it's got acetate on it. So it looks like that is one photo mat, a photo that you could put behind the acetate. But actually it is a pocket, and that is just a very big photo mat. So you've got the choice there, and my fingerprint. You've got the choice there. You know, you can just put a photo in there, or you know, whatever. But you've got that, and you've got that on both sides. Now, this opens up. And here, what we've got 2 pockets here with pull-out photo mats. Now, these, I know Wendy saw this lace earlier and was very impressed with it. I have to tell you, it's paper. It's actually part of one of the ephemera packs, and it is, let me just grab it. Hang on. I mean, even the packaging is, you know, to be used. It's just amazing. These, you see how much I've got left. This is actually the lace here. Oh, hang on, I've knocked you off. This is the lace here, and it just sort of like pushes out from this, you know, laser cut cardstock. It's just absolutely amazing. It looks exactly like lace, but it isn't. So I've put some lace here. Here we've got some photo mats that open up, and then on this side we've just got a photo mat that goes in there with a little bit of decoration, which as I said, once I know what I'm doing, I'm probably going to go back and add more to. Oh, don't know what does that to me. Right, we'll leave that out for a minute. Okay, and then over the other side we've got exactly the same. So we've got that photo mat behind the acetate page that opens up. We've got the two pockets there, those, and then that there. Okay, right, now, right, this page, this has got, let me just squidge that up again. This is a photo mat that comes out here like that. Okay, so photo mat, photos on both sides. And what we've got here is a pocket on top of a pocket. These things hate me. I couldn't get it in earlier. Right, so we've got here, we've got, oh, now that's stupid of me, isn't it? I've done it again. Why do I do that every time? Right, when you're putting on your ephemera, don't put this, I'll open this one. Don't put your bits so they go over, because it won't open. And then we've just got little photo mats, and I've just put, you know, one of the tags out of there, but there's loads of tags. Now, what I haven't done is here, this is actually a pocket too. And somewhere there are some photo mats that tuck in there, but I haven't finished those and I don't know where they are. So your guess is as good as mine. But there's another pocket there. So basically what I'm saying is there is so much space in this, okay? So exactly the same, you know, on both sides. Right, open it up, and then we've got the back. Hold on. And this is as far as I got. I didn't get much further than this. We have got up here another acetate pocket, which has got photo mats in it and lots of these lovely little tags. We've got another one of these pockets down here with a photo mat and tags. And then over here, we've got a pull-out photo mat here with more tags on that side. Okay, and then on the other side we've got exactly the same again. I haven't put my photo mats on this yet, but you get the idea. Don't need to finish that off for you to see what I'm doing. This back, not finished yet, but we've got massive photo mats, like I said, not finished, that go in there, and there's room for a good couple in there. And then we've got photo mats here that just pull out of that pocket there, like that. So I'm going to have to fiddle with the sizes because it's just a tad too tight. Even though once you've finished it, and you wouldn't be adding more to it, because if you were using this for photographs, you'd obviously not put the white card in. You would put your photographs directly. So that's the folio. I haven't taken any photographs of it yet because it's not finished. When class is finished tonight, I'm actually going to my dad's because he's got his cataract operation in the morning. So I am not going to be finishing this until the weekend. You're going to ask me about a kit. Yes, there is absolutely a kit. No, I don't know how much it's going to be yet. It is going to be on the higher side of my kit prices because it's got so much in it. There will be a full pack of the black card. It's going to be heavy, I imagine, and I have a number of them. However, when I ordered, not everything came, which is what sometimes happens. So I have enough for a fair number of kits exactly like this. But because I know that that's not going to be enough, there are going to be kits where I might swap out one of the ephemera packs as well. So you might find that if you're on the tail end, you might not get one set of ephemera, you might get a different one. Okay, they're on their way over to me at the moment from the US, so they are coming. I will not be putting this in the shop until Saturday because I'm just not going to be around, and it's not fair for me to rush this and mess everybody about. So I'll tell you, I will put this in the shop at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night. Okay, British summertime, so that's GMT +1. I don't know how much it's going to be, but as soon as I know, I will put that information into the group for you. Yes, we will ship worldwide. We have an amazing new service by our courier who got a parcel to the middle of the US for me the other day in less than 24 hours, which was unbelievable for a very, very, very good price. It's certainly to the US, the reduction in cost is quite huge. So I will let you know how much that is going to be as well before I put things in the shop. So I hope that's explained what's happening with it. Apologise, it's not quite finished, but it's just been too hot, quite frankly. I can't stand the heat. I just don't. So there we go. So that's going to be our next project. I'd like to say we're going to start next Wednesday, but we definitely won't be. We'll be starting the week after. I don't know what we'll do next Wednesday, but we'll find something. Not a problem. Right, okay, so that is 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet Folio. So if you've just come to have a look at that, then go away, please, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in due course. But keep an eye on the group and on the main page, because I will be letting you know about prices, etc., etc. So, okay, we need to finish the Jubilee book. So I meant this week to do two things. I meant to put all my lovely photos into my Jubilee book, which, as you can see, I didn't. And I meant to decorate up my, the one that I'm doing in class, which obviously isn't a Jubilee book. And I didn't do that either. So I'm going to be now carrying on with my book, and it's got no decoration on it, so it's going to look pretty awful to start with. But what I think we'll do before we put I'm just trying to think what we should do first. Would you like to put your pages in? Yeah, I think we should put pages in first, actually, and then we'll decorate up the cover, and then we'll do this bit of the inside cover there. Hi, Rizwana. Hi, Helen. Yeah, it's about that in here, Ruth. It's absolutely horrendous.
Probably a bit long, actually.
Yeah. Okay, right. So, as you remember last week, what we did was we put our covers together, and they were already folded, although mine's been squished all week under something else. So it's all very floppy. I don't really know what I did to it. Probably best I don't know too much. But what I want to do before I put my photograph, what am I talking about? Before I put my pages in, I want to mitre my hinges. So do you remember with these hinges, what we did was we've got that score line kind of down the middle of the inch hinge that gives us a guide as to how far down to put our pages. Well, what we need to do is mitre our corner. So chop the corner off each of those hinges, but only up to where that score line is. Okay, so you can see it's still flat on the top there, but I've mitred it to where that score line is. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of them. All of them. There we go. Okay. My sister's just been sending me memes. And the one that I particularly like says, you've got to be odd to be number one, which I thought was rather good. But my particular favourite, here, I'm going to have to show you this, because it's just made me laugh. And Mark, if you ever do this to me, I will warn you now that I will never speak to you again. She got it off Pinterest.
Challenge accepted.
The next time your wife gets angry, drape a towel over her shoulders like a cape and say, now you're super angry. Maybe she'll laugh. Maybe you'll die. I thought that was quite... No, you won't. I thought that was quite amusing. I had to share it with you because it was funny. Right, okay, so now I've got this little confetti of black triangles. Let's get rid of those. Okay, so my book is now ready for me to put my pages in. Now, what I did do miraculously was I actually sorted out my pages, so I knew what I'd got and where. So here they are, which is great. And these are all the bits that I haven't put on yet that I meant to. So you can put these on in any order that you like. Now, my back page was this one, which hasn't got a back on it because I didn't do it. But this is my expandable pocket page, okay? So that, I'm going to do exactly the same again, and I'm going to put that into my book first. So the way that I do that is open it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on both sides of my hinge, but only from that score line up to the end. So only, you see that bit that we've mitered, I'm only going to put glue there. I don't want you to put your pages right up to the spine. I want you just to put them up to that score line there, and that's why we've got that score line, because that is a guide. Okay, so glue. Right, this is going to be fun because I have a feeling this is going to dry really, really quickly. So I'm just putting my glue onto the top of that hinge. Hang on. But I'm doing it on both sides, okay? Then I'm going to take my page, and you remember that we've got those pocket bits. I'm going to slip that pocket, that opening, onto the hinge up to where that score line is. Okay, now if I lie that page down now, I can line it up and make sure that it sits flat and straight onto my book. Okay, now the pages are the same height as the book, so that should fit on nicely. Okay, so now I'm just going to squeeze that down to make sure that I've got a really really good adhesion going on here. Now don't worry about getting glue around, because what we're going to do, because you've got two colours of black going on there, because we've got the black and the Tyvek, they're both kind of different, but don't worry about it, because what we're going to do is we're going to put these strips on afterwards when we're done, and you'll never ever notice. Now, just a heads up, because I'm not going to do this in class, but I'll tell you now, when you cut your strips, these areas are about 1/2 inch. So the width of each strip that I cut at 3/8 of an inch. So it's the height, which is 8.5 inches as it happens. So I'm going to cut that at 8 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. Okay, and that will fit beautifully in between each of these areas. So we've got 3 per page apart from the back. Okay, where we're going to just put some of our paper on there, and it just finishes it off and just makes the whole book look lovely, I think. Okay, so that's just a tip there for when you come to decorate in between your pages. Okay, so that's my first page on. I'm happy with that. Like I said, I like to work from the back. Now, the next page in my Jubilee book, but you know, you can put these in any order you like, is I've put the page with those 3 sort of tag pockets, for want of a better description, the waterfall tag pocket page, okay? Which, let's hope I've got. We'll soon find out. Is that it? Nope. Nope. There it is. Okay, so here's my waterfall tag pocket page, which isn't decorated, as you can see. And I'm going to put that on next. So I'm just going to make sure that I can easily get to my pocket where I'm going to slip it in onto my hinge. So just check that that's all easily accessible, which it is. I'm going to find my glue. What the heck? Where does this stuff go? I've literally just had it. There it is. Right, so I'm going to put some glue now onto my next hinge in exactly the same place. So above that score line. like that. Okay. Slip that inside there. Up to the score line, lie it down, make sure that it's straight and it sits nicely on top of our previous page. And let's squish that down. Not too worried about any glue residue. We can just use our fingers to take that off. Turn that over. There we go. Oh, I've got sticky fingers now. Okay, let's just take that off. Now, as you know, I'm not doing a class tomorrow in crafting together with all brands, but I will be working on our next project, which is going to be a pop-up book. But what I am going to be working on over the next couple of days when I'm over at Dad's is our Sunday project. So if you're around this Sunday and you'd like to take part, we are celebrating Celebration Day. Now, Celebration Day is celebrated all over the world. And it is an opportunity for us to tell the story of our loved ones who have gone before us. So what June, lovely June Harris, suggested was that if we want to take part, we make one of my Wallet Brag books, which is dead easy. You can find it on YouTube or you can find it in the group. Very, very quick and easy little mini to put together. In fact, you'll have seen Lynette's from Pretty Gets Gritty. She made one this week as well. And use that book to celebrate the life of a loved one. And I'm going to be making two. And I'm going to make one with my mum that I'm going to give to my dad. And then I'm going to make another one, which is very special to me and I know will be special to somebody in this group. And I'm going to dedicate this little event to our wonderful Polo, who, of course, you'll know, went over to Rainbow Bridge last Friday. And you'll know that he's Ali's most beautiful dog. So I'm going to be doing one for Polo as well. And then on Sunday, what I'll do is I'll put a post up, and then we can all share our makes. And I think that would be quite a nice thing for us to do together. So if you want to join in, if you've got any questions, there is a post in the group, or just drop me a line. I might not be too quick responding tomorrow, but happy to help. Or there's loads of people in the group who knows what's going on. Probably better than me, actually. Right, okay, so I've now put some glue onto my next one, and my next page is going to be this one, which has got the pocket to the right-hand side, and then it's got our two flaps there and that big flap there leading to the stacked pocket. Okay, so let's find that one, which I've just had, put somewhere safe. There we go. Make sure it's the right way up. No, that's my page one. That one. Okay. This is when I find out I've done it the wrong way round. No, there we go. And let's pop that on there. Line it up. And glue that down. Okay. Right. So I'm just reading the comments. I've just realised I've not been. Where did I just put that wipe I had? Oh, here it is. I don't mind using a wipe so much when it's on Tyvek. Don't think I'd like using it too much on cardstock. Okay, so that's that page in. My next page is going to be my waterfall page, which is the only one that I've partially decorated. So let's pop some glue onto there and onto the other side of the hinge. And let's pop that on. I've got a job if somebody wants to do it. Well, it's 2 jobs actually. But you're going to have to live close to me because it's going to need handover things. But I know a couple of people have asked me lately for the 12 by 12 hardback Key West book, which I never finished. So I'm looking for somebody who would be willing to finish that off for me, Kerry, maybe. And then I'm also going to want somebody to finish this one off for me as well. So if anybody wants a job, let me know. And I'll meet up with you and I'll treat you to coffee and we'll go over what needs doing. Right, okay, so this is going to be my last page. So same procedure as last year. Let's pop some glue on there, like that. And my final page, just take that. That was the one with the sliding page. So let's just take that off. Pop that on like that. On it. Oh, it's on. Okay, let's make sure that's straight, which that most certainly isn't. There we go. Okay.
Amanda has asked, would you be able to give us the measurements of the photo map that goes in the back of each page?
Yes, we need to go over that, don't we? I need to do that. I think you might already have had the sizes. I'll double check, but I will let you have that. And basically, the photo mat that goes into the back of each page here, underneath this flap, all I've done is I've just folded it over. So you need to cut. I'm pretty certain it's on there. Not sure which one. I would imagine probably the first cutting guide, but this you need to cut 6.5 inches across by 10 inches deep, and then score on the 10-inch side at 2 inches. So what you've got is that flap that goes over, okay? And then that's a 4x4 size photo mat. All right. I'm pretty certain it's on part 1, but I will double check, and if not, I'll add that in. Okay. All right. So 6.5 by 10, score on the 10-inch side at 2 inches. Okay. And then one of those is on the back of each page, if you've made it the same way I have. Okay. Right. So we've got our pages in. So what we need to do now is decorate the cover inside and out. So what I'm going to do is, and I think what I've done with this is I've just put some pattern paper onto my spine and my back, and then I've made a frame out of grey board to go on the front. Is this frozen or is it just me?
Just yet.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decorate that up, and then I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to cover that. Now, on the front of my Jubilee book, what I used was, this has got 2 layers because I did it wrong. You need one of the 8x8 sheets of Union flag paper. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the Union flag goes up a very specific way. It needs to have this thick white line here that needs to be in the top left hand corner, otherwise your flag is not the right way up. Okay, so this is one of the 8x8 sheets. So what I'm going to do now, but remember I'm using different paper, is I'm just going to cover mine roughly, and then I'm going to choose a piece of paper to make my frame from. So let's see where it is. Oh, that's good. Don't know where my paper is. That'll teach me to tidy up. Two ticks. Oh, here it is. Right, so what image am I going to put on the front? I'm going to need something spectacular. Actually, I quite like that. Maybe that one. That would be good in a frame. Let's just take that out as an idea. I know not everybody likes photographic papers, but I really do. I did when I made Bloom Street the first time. I actually did that in photographic papers. Okay, right, I've decided. Right, so let's decorate this up. Where have I just put my ruler? There. So the way that I decorated mine was I cut out one to put on. I don't know why I'm measuring this. I know it's 8.5 by 8. Well, 8.5. It's 8 by 8.5 actually. So I'm going to cut this is going to be my front piece. Now you've got one that's 8 by 8. So you know what, I'm going to cut this 8 by 8 as well. So hang on, what's 8? 12 minus 8 is 4. So it's 2 inches off each side, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
11.
Says I just pop in quickly. Been to see a grandson's school concert.
Oh, that sounds exciting. I hope you took some. Oh, you're not allowed to take pictures these days, are you?
Oh, Diane's just joined us as well, I think.
Hi, Diane.
So we'll get it on.
What? Or were you causing trouble? Which sounds much more fun. Hi, Linda. Oh yes. Oh, okay, cool. Yes, you need to watch because I started off by showing the next project.
Oh, I'm Renee.
Hi, Renee. I'm just going to cut that down a little bit more. Okay, right, so that's going to be my front page. It doesn't matter that it's not the same size because it's going to be covered over by the what do you call it? By the frame. So I just need to cut the back piece. So 8, what did I say? 8 by 8.5. So 8, I'm just going to cut that slightly under by 8.5. Okay, so this is going to go on my back page like that. So let's just glue that on.
Diane says, have I missed the insert for all back pages?
Yes, sort of. I didn't make one, but I explained how I did it. So if you want to go, when we're done, if you want to go back, what time is it now? If you want to go back like half an hour into the class, that should give you the information that you need. It's ever so easy. It's just 6.5 inches across by 10 inches depth. And then I want you to score on the 10-inch side at 2 inches, which will give you a little flap at the top, which we're going to fold over. And then you can put a cut apart or whatever you fancy on there. Right, 8.5. Right, this is the one that's going to go over my spine. So I'm going to cut this at 8.5, which is the height. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is that is going to go on there like that, she says. Yeah, 8.5. And then I'm just going to fold it round like that. So however much that is. Hold on. So if you cut that at 6.5 width by 8.5 height, except slightly under 8.5, of course, because. Right, so I'm now going to put this okay, so let's pop that there. So this is the back. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so that's the back. Now, whilst that's still kind of sticky, I'm going to fold it just to make sure that it's folding in the right places. It's too hot to do this in here. Okay. Let's fold that down there like that. Okay, glue that down. All right, so that is my spine piece. Now, where's my, this piece here is the equivalent of my Union flag, okay? So, if I just put some glue onto this piece, which is, I've cut it 8 by 8, which is the same size as you'd have your Union flag. It doesn't matter because I'm going to cover it. And I'm just going to pop that into the middle of the page like that, okay? Doesn't matter that we've got black around the outside because we're going to be making a frame. All right, okay, so what I need you to do now is I need you to get your thick, if you've had a kit, your thick piece of chipboard, which was, you might remember, 2,250 microns thick. So that's 2.5. 2.25 centimeters. Millimeters. Right. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to draw this out before I cut it because I like to do that. I'm going to draw out my frame. So it's going to be 8 inches by 8.5 inches. Hang on, take my glasses off. 8 inches by 8.5 inches, okay?
Jane says hi.
Hi, Jane. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a frame of 1 inch all the way around inside that 8 by 8.5 that we've just drawn, okay? So I'm just going to draw myself a little frame of 1 inch width. Like that. Okay, so what we need to do now is cut this frame out. So, safety ruler and knife, which I have zero idea where it is. Well, yes, yay, but absolutely not yay because I need to cut it out. I might have to use a dodgy knife.
I've got a razor blade.
Oh, that'll do. I'm going to have to use my dodgy knife. Right. Okay. Right, so let's cut this out. So, remember that you can keep your offcuts and use them for in lieu of sticky foam pads. Now, when you're cutting through very thick chipboard, do not hurt your wrists by pushing down hard This is a case like ice cream of little and often, or a lot and often actually in our case, but whatever. Just cut. Just keep making sweeping cuts. So you're not putting any pressure on your wrist or anything. And now we're going to cut out this frame. Okay. Pardon?
Tracy's empty house.
Oh, is this Tracy Petering?
Yes.
Now, before Tracy goes, I don't know if anybody's seen, but I've just put up some information about a class in our sister group, Paper, Scissors, Craft and Chat, which please join if you haven't already. The difference between the two groups is that Paper, Scissors, Craft and Chat is run by my wonderful friend Sue, and it's a place where we welcome absolutely all crafts, and it's so much more informal than you know, just books in here. And we have all sorts of chatty things going on. And Sue asks a random question of the day, which is invariably hilarious. And it's just a good, fun, supportive place to go where you can share anything you like that's crafty related. But one thing that has been discussed in the group with the admin team and Sue is that it would be really nice if we had some classes in there too. So Tracy, wonderful, wonderful Tracy, is going to be doing a 2-part class starting on July the 5th at 7:30 p.m. British Summer Time, which is 11:30 a.m. Arizona Mountain Time. You can tell I've memorized that. And Tracy's going to be doing a book folding class where it's called A Strong Heart, and I'll be putting some pictures of the project up tomorrow with the resources list, because that's kind of important to make sure that if you're going to join in, you get the right sort of book. So the information is on my main page and in the Paper, Scissors, Craft and Chat group. So do pop along, and there's going to be lots of other exciting things starting to go on in there as well. So, right. So here's my frame. Right, if you've got like these little tufts and stuff, it doesn't matter too much because we're going to be covering it. But you can just, you know, use a nail file or something just to, you know, get rid of those little edges if you want to, because there's invariably some little bits left. Right, okay. So what I like to do at this point is find my Sharpie and just colour in those edges here. If you're using a dark card, just colour in those edges like that. And then if they do show through, if the next bit doesn't work quite according to plan, which does happen, then you're not going to notice it so much as grey board, because you'll have done those corners. I mean, obviously Sharpies come in all colours, so you might want to match it up to your paper. All right, okay. So once we've done that, what we want to do is get some double-sided tape, which of course I haven't got. Oh man, this is going to be fun. I've got sticky dots. I've got foam. I've just put my super tape in there. I'll have to use this. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some double-sided tape around our frame. You can use glue if you prefer, because all this is doing is just holding the paper in place for us, really. Now, bear in mind when you're covering this that because it's not square, it's 8 by 8.5, 8.5 being the height, that you need to bear that in mind if you are not using a paper that can go any way up. So as you can see on mine here, I've used a paper that can go any way up, so it doesn't matter at all. But if you're using a directional paper, which I kind of am, it doesn't really matter too much. But because I've got it on the back as well, I'd like to match up the paper kind of direction to what I've already got going on. So let's have a look here. So this paper, I've got that going sideways. So this needs to, oh, I've got to think now. This needs to be, that needs to be the 8.5.
Alex says this is a great idea. Thanks for sharing.
That's all right, my pleasure. It's a really good way to do a shaker pocket. This is how I usually do my shakers. Right, so I'm just going to pop that on there like that, okay? And just because it's quick and easy, I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to get rid of my excess paper. Okay. Right, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mitre these corners. And we're going to fold them over. Now, you see, that could do with just being a little bit. I wish you could. No, actually, I'm really glad you can't see my desk.
You can't see them.
No, I know. Let's get myself some room here. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. Oh. Oh dear, that was a little bit too much, but not to worry. Right, what was it? Okay, right, so I'm going to fold that. Oh, I've cut it down too much now. Typical. Where's my little boner? Right, just going to fold that over. Make sure it's a good crease. Use a little bit of double-sided tape just to keep it in place whilst the glue dries. You know what? The way things are going, we might actually have to have a second class next week after all this. I shouldn't have spent so long on the...
I'm sorry, hello.
Hi, Anne! No, that's the wrong glue. Right, so fold that over. Make sure it sticks down nice and tight. I think it's too hot. Okay, this one. Is anybody on YouTube?
There was earlier. Denise, Caroline, and Sue.
Hello, YouTube ladies. Sorry, I should have checked a bit sooner. I do apologise. Okay, fold that over and stick it down. This is when it's really useful to have 4 pairs of hands. Oh, my ice is all melted.
Yes, mine's nearly.
Now, this edge, we've got to make sure when we cut it down that we're not going to be losing corners here, because we really don't want to have lots of grey board showing. So just watch when you're cutting it down that you're not cutting it too close, because you'll get grey board in the corner. Okay, so let's just snip that. Right. Okay, that's the one that I cut too short. Let's fold that over. So this is very much a case of do as I say and don't do as I do. If you have got edges showy, you can just get your Sharpie out again. Now, exciting stuff. When we've done 49 and mark it, you will be super pleased to hear that I am going to be having a direct door-to-door delivery next, I think it's Thursday, from the Ukraine. Scrapmere are back in business. They have a courier who's coming over to the UK who will deliver my order to here, and we'll be doing a bigger book. So the one after 49 and market will be with some Scrapmere. And I've also purchased enough for a couple of 6x6 Sundays as well. So be prepared. I didn't think you'd mind. You know, I like to mix it up with my manufacturers, but this is a case where I figured you'd totally agree that supporting Scrapmere would be a good thing. So after Christmas in July next month, August and September 6x6 Sundays will both be using Scrapmere. So if everything goes according to plan, I'll order some more and we'll take it from there. But I'm absolutely delighted that Julia is back in business and that we have an order on its way. The other thing that I've ordered for, it depends when it comes out, I think it's September, but I did say to you that I really loved Vicky's print shop. So I might have put a pre-order in for that as well. That's obviously not coming from the Ukraine. So we have got lots to be looking forward to. Okay, right. So I've covered the outside of my... Snow would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got plans for Christmas. Now we need to cover the inside. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get my knife, which I've just put away somewhere safe. And I am going to make an incision from corner to corner like that on both sets of corners. Said what, sorry?
Glue.
Glue? I've got glue. It hasn't got my face on it. You wouldn't let me. And now I'm just going to gut the middle. Okay. Okay, so, right, that is my middle. So what I need to do now is fold this over, use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp edge. I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided tape to hold it in place while the glue dries. Let's pop that on there like that.
Well, they said that's not fair. Dee said max strength glue.
It is max strength glue.
It is in this heat.
We've put ice packs down for the cats, and all Max is interested. We covered them in tea towels, and all Max is interested in is taking the tea towel off. He's not interested in the ice, and he has got to be hot because he's so fluffy.
Dense fur.
Well, he's just dense, full stop.
Yeah, stop. Especially after his pole dancing episode.
Oh yeah, Max has his own page, which we're really terrible at keeping up to date. But we did put a post up Max put a post up last night about his pole dancing exploits. So go and look for Max the cat, which Mark will put the link up for. And go and see what Max is doing to contribute to the family finances during the cost of living crisis. Too much there. Okay.
He also stars in one of the classes, doesn't
He
he?
does. Colour Study Part 2, which is the funniest class ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Even talking about future ones, it's funnier than any future.
I can't see how any class could be funnier, ever. Right, nearly there. So, I've covered my frame with my pattern paper. Ugh, it's now sticky. So if I turn that over, I've now got a nice frame. Okay, that looks a treat actually. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pop it on top. Oh, look at that. Of there, like that, and it will fit exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I put plenty of glue right up to the edges on the back of my frame.
Rain says, oh, pretty.
It's come out all right, isn't it? Yeah, me too. I might. Yeah, if somebody wants to finish it for me, they can, but I'm quite tempted to finish it myself now. Right, so let's pop that on there. So this is going to fit exactly on top. Now, what I find easiest to do is to get, I've got, and this is great for making books, you should have a little bag full of clips. That's my top tip for the day. You could get Max to sit on it, but I'm sick of cat fur on everything. So I'm going to put some of my little clips that are clipping the frame to the book cover.
That's a little sit down there. As soon as I clicked on Max, because I put a link to Max.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't know. Is that what you do?
On a computer.
Oh.
I'll put it in the tab.
Now, the only unfortunate thing about this is that we can't put one there because you can't clip it, but you can always just hold it down for a bit. Let me just get rid of this knife before I do something terrible to myself. Put away the rest of my clips.
B says gorgeous. I don't know if she's talking about the book.
Or Max.
Myself.
Right, so that's my cover. I'm really pleased with that. So what I need to do now is make the insides. Now, the front and the back are all exactly the same. And what these consist of are two shaped pockets. There's this little flappy pocket, flappy photo mat that goes on there. I have put 4 spaces for 6x4 photos, and I've just used, if you've got the kit, I've just used some of the cutter parts. This is from the 12x12, and put a photo mat on the back. Those all fit in there. And then there's 2 sorts of photo mats that go on into the back. So we've got this big one, But we've also got this one, which folds. Okay. So we've got that one too. You have got all of the sizes for those in the cutting guide. So what I suggest we do now is we're going to cut out those corner pockets. So if you want to grab your trimmers, and you're going to need 4 sheets of card for this. I'm talking about, got paper in my juice. Oh, never mind.
I had ice in mine.
It's all fibre. And I want you to cut. I didn't print myself out a cutting guide.
Is this a 2 at 6x6?
Yes, that's it exactly. And 2 at 7x7, I think.
It is, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to cut. Oh, if you can find any card.
Jill asked, when you stuck the spine, did you stick the 2 ends front and back, or did you stick it all down?
No, I did stick it onto the spine, but I stuck it gently onto the spine, as in there is a little bit of give on there. Okay, so it was, it's kind of stuck, but not really. I know that doesn't make any sense. No, it's stuck on the edges for sure. That needs to be stuck really well. And then that's kind of, I put a bit of glue on there because it helped keep it on where I needed it to go. But now it's come off and that's absolutely fine. I'm totally cool with that. So it's kind of half and half, if you see what I mean. You can glue it, but you don't have to glue it. Right, so please cut 2 at 6x6 inches. And cut 2 at 7x7 inches. Right, okay. Right, so if you grab your scoreboards, on each of these, I want you to score 2 score lines, but they need to intersect. So obviously you cut it, you're scoring a 1/2 inch on the 6-inch side and 1/2 inch on the 6-inch side. But I don't want you to score here and here. I want you to score there.
Oh, Sue's just joined us.
Hi, Sue. I was talking about you earlier. Sue Cass.
Yes.
Yeah, I was talking about you earlier, Sue. And Tracy's class. I'm sending people your way, I'm afraid, my dear. So what I've got here is I've got 2 intersecting score lines. So there's just the 2 score marks, and that's on all of them. And it doesn't matter whether it's the 6x6 or the 7x7. They are all scored the same. 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Oops. And 1/2 inch. So the 2 score lines intersect. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shape them. And I have zero idea what the measurements are. So let's have a look. We are going to cut right. This is, let me just put that up a minute. This is my pocket, and I've got where the score lines intersect. I'm going to put bottom left. Okay. This is just so we're clear about where we're going to be cutting. I'm going to use a white pen so that you can see where I'm marking. Now, on the edges opposite from that square where the score lines intersect, we are going to measure 2.5 inches. Okay, so I've got a little white mark there. And I've got a little white mark there. So you can see here, okay? And what we're going to do is, and I'll just draw this on so you can see, we're going to cut that off, okay? So this is going, right? So this is the 6x6 inch piece, and we'll do it again. So where my score lines intersect is on my bottom bottom left. Oh,
that's right.
Thank you. And I'm going to just make a little mark at 2.5 and 2.5. And on the bigger one, let me just double check.
Oh, Vin says it's too cold to get out of bed at the moment.
Oh, okay. Why have I done it that size? What on earth have I done it that size for? So nobody tell me what on earth I've done. Yeah, no, exactly. Right, so on the 7-inch ones, same procedure. We're going to have the intersecting score lines on the bottom left. And we're going to just make a mark at 3 inches. This is from the edge of the paper, not from the score line, although actually, you know what, it doesn't matter that much. So I'm measuring 3 inches in from the top and 3 inches in from the bottom. So here, what I'm going to have is this area here, which is coming off. Okay. So now I need to get my trimmer. And I just need to cut those off. Okay. So let's cut that off. That. That. And that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kinky mitre. I'm going to kinky mitre these squares off on there. So I'm going to snip up to where that score line intersects. And then I'm going to change the angle of my scissors. So I haven't got a straight across mitre. It's a mitre with a kink in it. It is a kinky mitre. Now, I know which way we're supposed to fold on the scores, but sometimes that's just far too complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold on our scores, but they might fold the wrong way, but it doesn't matter, because what we've got to bear in mind is that if we're putting these onto the covers of our book, they need to be symmetrical. So this one on the right, I'm going to fold that so it's that shape. And this one, I'm going to fold like that so it's that shape, okay? And exactly the same with the smaller one. So I'm going to fold like that. Ooh. That's going to go on there. And I'm going to fold this one to go the opposite way round. That's going to go on there. Okay, so they need to be opposite from each other. So let me just get my bone folder, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish these edges like that. Okay, so that's my left hand one. Okay, and this one. Like that. So I'm going to take my smaller pocket. I'm going to put some glue on that flap. Like that.
If the heat allows.
Yep. And I'm going to glue that directly onto the top of that pocket there. Make sure it all lines up. And glue that on. like that. Okay, so there I've got my 2 pockets. Right, exactly the same with this one. So glue onto that flap like that. Glue that into the corner there, line it up directly on top like that. Okay, so taking my book, let's start at the back. I'm going to glue this pocket onto the very back inside cover like that. Okay, so I'm going to just put that on the very bottom. I'm going to line it up right to the edge. Okay. So that's the pocket on the back, ready for decorating. Let me just take these all off now. Because in this heat, I'm quite sure that's dried.
Oh, Valerie says hiya.
Hi, Valerie. Okay, and then I'm going to put my other pocket on the inside of that inside cover. Now, I'm not going to go through with you how to make the photo mats because I'm on a schedule tonight, unfortunately. But it's very self-explanatory. The only one that's different in terms of photo mats is the one which folds in half, but I've explained on the cutting guide exactly how to do that. So all you need to do now is go off, decorate, take loads of photos for me and put them into the group. Now, all I did to finish mine off was this wooden medallion, and I just realised I've got all those queen's heads downstairs.
You have?
That I haven't done anything with. Oh well, I'll put a little thing in the group, and then the first however many people can have one. But I've got some really nice queen's heads downstairs, wooden ones. What I've done with this is I've just taken some of my thick chipboard and I've glued it on top of that, so it's raised up. It's raised up from the back of my cover. I've taken some ribbon and I've simply threaded it through, tied a bow, and then put it onto chipboard and raised it up. Okay, that was all I did to finish.
First, before sticking the pockets on.
No, but I will give you a tip. When I'm decorating something that's got a pocket on it like this, I cut my pattern paper to size and then I cut off this bit here. So it makes it really, really easy to slip in. And then you've got some little bits that you could die cut baby or whatever. So I don't tend to decorate that first. You absolutely can do, but I don't. I just slice a bit off just to make it easy to put my pattern paper in. Okay. Don't forget to do these, these bits that go in between the pages that we looked at earlier, these 1/2 inch measurement ones there. And that's it. Another one bites the dust. Good grief. There we go. Jubilee book is complete. We did that quite quickly, actually. I'm quite surprised how quickly that one came together, because that was what, five weeks? That's not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Where are my glasses? Oh, for goodness sake. I threw them over here, I think. Oh, yeah, there they are, hiding. Okay. Right, so remember, there's no class tomorrow in Crafting Together with All Brands. Don't forget to take part in the Celebration Day event on Sunday, and I'll put some more information up about that again. And then we'll be back here next Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll do something. And then, I'll put the kits in the shop on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. BST. And we're done. Right, guys, take care. Thanks, Dee. That's lovely. I appreciate that. He's his second one, so it's nice and easy. He's not too worried because he's already had one done, which is really good. I am going to be away a lot next week because Dad's got 2 major hospital appointments for a bigger operation that's coming up. So I'm going to be slow at getting things out, and I apologise profusely. The shop will remain open, but I might not be as quick as getting things out as I would hope. So other than that, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Let's hope this weather breaks. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Oh.